Hey, it's TV Tech Geek, and right now I'm going to be going over the LG Electronics 60UF8500 version. I left a link in the description below for a special discount on this TV, so be sure to check it out. You can also check out user reviews and see what other people are saying about it as well. So this has a 60-inch LED screen, and it's edge-lit. And edge-lit means the LED lights are positioned around the perimeter of the screen, and the light spreads behind the LCD panel. So this model also has local dimming, so this means it has the ability to adjust different zones in order to improve the picture. So this display is also an IPS panel, and this is a great feature to have because you get much more accurate colors and you get really wide viewing angles. And if you're planning on putting this TV in the living room, it's definitely a must-have feature because you don't want to be off to the side and be looking at a washed out looking picture, which is what happens with non-IPS displays. So obviously one of the prominent features and what makes this TV so great is the 4K resolution. This is 4 times greater than 1080p, so you get extremely sharp and extremely clear image quality. And it also has a 4K upscaler, so it will automatically upscale your non-4K content and get pretty close to the 4K quality you're looking for. Obviously it won't be as clear as native 4K content, but it gets pretty, and it's definitely an improvement. So this model also has True Motion 240Hz, and this feature can be turned on or off. It's kind of a personal preference. I recommend leaving this feature on if you're watching sports because it will make your sports look very clear and greatly reduce the motion blur. It does this by adding 2 software generated frames between each frame, and this will create a very smooth transition between frames, and it does reduce motion blur. If you're watching TV shows or movies, I recommend turning this feature off because you don't want to get that soap opera effect. This feature is not to be confused with the native refresh rate, which is 120 Hz. This model also has color prime, so it enhances color gamut by 25%. This is one of LG's latest features, just released this year in 2015. And you get a great array of colors with this feature, and you also get extra brightness. Your whites will be brighter as well as your colors. This model has 3D support and it has 4K 3D plus, so you can enjoy 3D content in 4K resolution. And it's flicker free, so it's a lot like you see in the movie theaters. And it also has a 4K 3D upscale, so you can upscale your non-4K 3D content so it gets close to 4K quality. There's also 2 3D glasses included. Other features is a magic remote, and if you've ever used the Nintendo Wii remote, it's kind of like that. You point the remote at the screen and you can control the cursor. It definitely enhances the user experience, and it makes browsing the web very easily and seamless. And the WebOS 2.0 interface is basically where all of your smart apps, your internet browsers, Netflix, all that stuff is within that interface. And thankfully this model comes with a quad-core processor, so it's not laggy like you see with TVs that don't have the quad core. They tend to be really sluggish in the user interface. So this one has a quad core, so you get that smooth transition and you won't get the sluggish performance. Obviously the design is extremely sleek with this TV. It has an ultra thin profile that's just 2.1 inches. It also has that ultra thin bezel surrounding the screen, so you have little to no distraction, and it makes for a much more immersive experience. And with all the lights out in the dark, you won't even notice the bezel. This model weighs 53.5 pounds without a stand, 55.9 pounds with a stand. And if you're planning on wall mounting this TV, it's Visa 300 by 300. And what this means is that the holes on the rear of the TV are 300 millimeters across and 300 millimeters down. As for the inputs, there's 1 RF in, 1 component video input, 1 composite, 1 optical audio input, and it has 3 HDMI ports on the side, 1 USB 3 port, 2 USB 2 ports, and it also has an Ethernet port as well. So to conclude, I really like what I'm seeing with this LG 4K TV. It has that nice large 60-inch screen, and I like how it has the color prime, and not to mention it has that sleek design as well. Be sure to check out that link below in the description to get the best discount going on right now for this model, and you can also check out user reviews as well. I hope you found this quick overview helpful.